My hair is being all wet and stupid. Okay. James, that was a really good monologue thingy-majiggy. Yeah. Um, we haven't been making videos as often, which is kind of sad. I know. I didn't do mine last Saturday. I had a bunch going on, not to mention a ton of homework. But I am here today. um, I guess I'm going to talk about the show I went to go see today, which is called a play called Our Town. It's really interesting. It's the main character. Well, it's about this town called oh god, I don't remember what it's called now. But in the town and all of its people mainly centering around two families. Each family with a boy and a girl child. And a lot of the narration is told by a character called Stage Manager. And she's really funny, actually. She has a lot of good lines. And she's the one who talks the most. And it's set shortly after the Civil War, early in 20th century in New Hampshire. A little town in the mountains of New Hampshire, Vermont, or something. And it sounds kind of dull, just like that, but it's really good. It follows the two families mostly, and how Emily from one family and the guy from another, Greg or something, get married, fall in love, get married, etc. And how she dies at a very young age in childbirth. And you would think it's just like silly, dull little play, but it's really good. And once you get used to the hang of how it goes, it's really good. It has very minimal staging, very minimal set. But it actually gets really deep in the third act, because the first act is all about like the daily life and goes through basically the day in a life of like one day in this town. And the second act is all about it's like 10 minutes long. It's the wedding of Emily and Greg. And the third act is about how Emily dies, and she goes, there's very metaphorical stuff in there, and it appears as though like, if the way they did it was really cool, was they had a bunch of chairs hanging from the ceiling and stuff, and everybody who had died in the 9 years between Act 2 and Act 3 were sitting on those chairs, and they were all there, and they could all talk to each other. All dead people could talk to each other. And Emily joins them, and she's really distressed about, being dead, as any reasonable person would, especially at age 26. And she decides to go back in time for one day, and she picks her 12th birthday party, her 12th birthday, and she gets really upset, and she sees how humans never see each other, how we never take time to look at each other and eye to eye, and I don't know, it gets really deep at the last act. So yeah, I'm just gonna break that off abruptly because I'm not good at talking about metaphors. If you want metaphors, read John Green. Okay. Chanel, James, I missed you this week. And Craig, apparently you're coming back? Yes, awesome. Good to have you back after a long time. Saw you were going to be on Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow then.